How's everyone doing? Thanks for joining me on my small engine repair channel. Today's video is going to be on this Toro CCR 3650 single stage snowblower. What I'm going to show you how to do is to replace the auger brake spring. So thanks again for joining me, everyone. And today's project, like I said, is the auger brake spring on this Toro snowblower. This is actually a request from a viewer of one of my other videos on this particular machine. And they're asking me to show them how to replace the spring, the brake spring for the auger system. So the auger is attached to this pulley here, and when I engage the handle to get the auger to spin, what happens is it pulls against the spring, releases the brake mechanism, which is right here. You can see there's actually a brake being applied to the belt, and when I release or pull on the handle, it releases that brake, and it also engages this idler pulley right here, and that puts tension on the belt and therefore transfers the power from this pulley, which is attached to the crankshaft, to this pulley, which is attached to our auger. Okay, when I release that handle, what happens is this pulley, the arm, actually applies pressure onto this brake. So the component that the viewer was specifically talking about is in a area that's not readily accessible. It's actually, let's see if I can get a quick shot of it here. So right where my light is pointing, right there, that spring on the back side is actually what causes this pulley right here to actually return its position, and then it actually applies upward pressure on this arm and actually applies this brake right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is show you how to replace that. Now, if yours is broken, you probably won't have to worry about this first half of the video. It'll be just me taking it off. You'll be probably more interested in the second half of this video. Alright, so the best way I found to get this spring off, first of all, is to remove the belt. That gives us a little bit more access to play to this guy right here. Next thing I'm going to do is move back here, and I'm going to remove the cable that links the handle up top to this pulley. So first thing I need to do is take off this. It's a 3/8 bolt right here. Now I've loosened it already. Okay, that's just for a clamp. Okay, so then I just pull up on this sheathing here. Gonna remove the arm, then I'm gonna remove this spring here as well. Okay, so now I have a slightly better view of that spring that we're talking about, which is right there. Okay, so it attaches to this particular arm, and then there's a stationary point up top there. Okay, so I'm just going to release this spring. Try and do it without losing it here. because I'm just going to reuse this one. And I do apologize, I have to get in here. Here we go. Okay. Now, here's the reason why we removed the belt and all the tension on this pulley, is because now it kind of lays down and we have a pretty good access hole right here to that other end of that spring, and you can see there how that spring goes in. So to remove it, it's as simple as that. Okay. Now just the opposite, to get this to go back in, when you get your new spring, just put it up and over and feed it into that little hole. Just like so. Okay. And now here comes the tricky part with springs. Guys, make sure whenever you're dealing with springs, you always use safety glasses, because these springs sometimes do go flying. Alright guys, so what you want to do is try and grab this spring with your needle nose pliers. And you can pull that, and then hold that nice and tight with a second set of needle nose pliers. Come in here and try and twist that. So what you need to do is kind of twist it almost like in a 90-degree turn here, which is sometimes difficult to do. You kind of have to get that angle right. And this can be tricky. Just have patience. And there we go. Okay. So it does take some patience, guys, but there you go. That's how you go ahead and replace that spring. And then it's just a matter of putting your hooking your cable back up. First you put this spring back on right there, and then you hook up that spring to the arm here, reconnect your bracket, put your belt back on, and put your cover back on, and then that's it. So hopefully this was informative, guys, and as always, if you like the video, please go ahead and give me a like down below. If there's any questions I can answer for you guys, just go ahead and let me know in the comments below, and I'll go ahead and try and get to those. So I do post stuff every week, guys. If this is kind of your cup of tea, you kind of like watching people wrench on stuff and maybe learn a few things, again, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. And until next time, guys, take care.